followed by Tempest, then Lodestone. So,
Okay.
yeah, we're already well into it. So if you want to take the rest of the picks and
Yeah.
stuff.
So as I figured, I mean, a couple of the junglers being addressed this time, unlike last game. But obviously, again, Stay Green getting 3 of the 4, and then Tempest was picked up by IG, but not nearly enough. So the picks developing here. Engineer, of course, the first pick. Yeah, the Engineer, Ophelia, and Fade overall coming out for the Legion side. Stay Green responding with Pebbles, Master of Arms, and Parasite themselves. They don't want to give up that Master of Arms Ophelia combination, of course, and as well as Parasite. Solid jungler to have against an Ophelia and whatnot. Pyromancer, Scout, Aluna, Wild Soul, Torture, and Warby. So a lot of junglers addressed pretty much through all this game here. A lot of push potential too. So none of those heroes are going to be seen, and there you go with the bubble. So we're all caught up now, Riser. What do you think of the lineup so far here?
Well, there's a couple of things. Swindlemone's banning out Keeper, which we don't see too often. I guess he still considers Keeper a fearsome first pick hero. That's what I would take out of that. Also, we did have the first pick of Engineer by Insania, then instantly Pebbles, followed up by Ophelia, and then I believe SG took Master of Arms. So I think this Master of Arms pick was in response to Ophelia. They are still scared of the MOA Ophelia combo, which is quite powerful. And then, of course, Fade picked up probably the lane with Engineer, and then Parasite finally for Hellborn. So, yeah, a couple of kind of response picks in my opinion there. And then, of course, if you look at the banning phase, it looks like Insania really emphasized banning the powerful support heroes, getting his hands on that Engineer, perhaps trying to pigeonhole
Yeah.
SG into picking one of the weaker support heroes, and then Swindle, perhaps with a similar strategy, banning out all of the potential long lane heroes himself. So, yeah, I think there's some pretty interesting aspects to this draft that you can
Yeah.
pick up on in terms of their trends and decisions.
I agree, and again, that's expected at this level, especially with 2 quality teams, 2 quality captains going on it, frankly. So I think Nymphora could definitely be that supportive choice, though, in the end for Stay Green. I mean, I know Z-Freak loves to play it on top of it. Fits very well with the Pebbles, with the Parasite, things like that. So Magnus is going to be the next pick, very likely going to be your Suicide Magnus here. As they already do have the Pebbles, of course, and again, depending on what they finish off with, they could run that support Master of Arms, but something tells me they want to go ahead and carry with him. And then instead with the support, again, like something like the M4. But we'll see what they ultimately go with here. The final pick for our Legion side, however, you got that Engineer, Ophelia, Fade, and Bubbles. So I'm kind of looking at their lineup now, and I guess they could still use their short lane here in the end if they want to do that, ultimately. So we'll see what their choice is. I mean, you got the Hellborn team over here. It's going to be an aggressive lineup, no doubt, so maybe keep that in mind.
Yeah, I think the Legion wants something that can self-sustain itself by in that short lane. Doesn't need a hero to babysit. So there are a couple of heroes available that don't fit that, like
Hag.
Sandwraith, but it doesn't seem like a likely pickup for them. There's something like a Wretched Hag.
Yeah.
Hell, even maybe like a Silhouette or something. Moon Queen, we've seen that a couple of times, but it has kind of faded a little bit. Keep in mind, it will probably be going up against the Magnus, not guaranteed, but that will probably be their long lane hero of choice. So perhaps something that could crush a Magnus is what Insania has in mind. Maybe something like a Soul Reaper would be pretty good with combined with Ophelia. Pretty powerful combination. But yeah, apparently Zibby is drafting, not
Yeah.
Insania. So what does Zibby want?
It's going to be
Is actually
his
the real
hero
question.
most likely, so okay,
Yeah.
he's going to Silhouette, yeah.
Yeah, should have a great time up against Magnus. So yeah, I've seen IG run Silhouette a couple of times. You know, she was nerfed pretty considerably and kind of fell out of favor just because she needs a lot of farm usually to really participate. But ooh, Tremble picked
Huh.
up
All right.
RISG.
Yeah, so they're going the Tremble route, so that means Master of Arms is going to be the support in the end. Yeah, going the Tremble route. I mean, you know, Keizu was definitely known for playing his powerful Tremble. No longer a part of Stay Green, though, of course. Now part of that Too Much Sugar team, which plays the winner of this match in the finals next. Chessie is going to be playing the Tremble, though. I'm excited. Chessie's just all around, just such a quality player, and of course with his microing and whatnot, and I'm sure he'll be just fine on a hero like Tremble. So, but yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen Tremble. I mean, do you have any insight for Tremble here as to why maybe they went
Well,
with him?
it's kind of, I think, something to do with the player. Chessie, when I watch SG a lot, since he has switched to this carry role, it seems like he's pretty fond of playing those kind of off-the-wall, interesting heroes. Of course, this kind of suits him with Trimble, with that micro. Of course, having fantastic micro with Trimble, being able to set up those mounds with your pet and ganking with your pet
Yeah.
while maintaining your farm is actually very important. So he should be great there. But in terms of Chesney and his hero pool, he really, I mean, I've seen him play all kinds of stuff. Monkey King, Gemini. Seems like he can play almost any hero in the game. So whether this is a pretty serious pick or while this may not be the most perhaps serious tournament for them, we'll have to see if this is something they just simply want to try out. I can't remember if they've played Trimble in any scrims. I don't think they have. But speaking of Trimble, going up against this Bubbles should have a fantastic time versus a long lane Bubbles.
Oh, yeah. Well, and something else to keep in mind, I was double checking on that, but Trimble did receive some decent buffs, actually.
Did he really?
Well, his Terror Mounds is now permanently invisible.
Oh, that's right.
So unless you get a Rev Ward, you're not going to be able to destroy that. That's what it comes down to. So, the idea that you could just kind of sit back and then pound away at it as a range attacker is no longer there. You need to be able to get those Rev or Dust or whatever, so that's actually...
That's pretty annoying, I'd imagine, just seeing those around the map, like in your jungle and stuff, and you have to buy like a counter ward or have a bound eye even take care of it.
It is a buff and a nerf, though, because they also changed it so it's large health pool removed, and instead they now take 4, 4, 5, 6 attacks to kill. So it's just straight up attacks, no longer damage based, and I know that was very annoying to deal with when you did get the balance.
Yeah, that's okay. That makes it a little bit easier to deal with, but yeah, that's certainly an interesting change. Whether that makes the hero completely viable or not has yet to be seen. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how Trimble does. I don't have a whole lot of experience with Trimble. I don't know how many people do besides Casey, so
yeah,
we'll have to see.
Jabba Wabba.
Oh yeah, that's true. Back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. Great guy. Also, Beef playing a signature of his, an engineer, signature hero. He's I think he considers that to be his favorite even, so we'll see how he does this game now. Not the best game on the Glaciers last time around, unfortunately, but hey, it's difficult. I can vouch for that. The pressure's on. You're a caster. You're playing in a high-tier competitive game. You don't want to play.
Not
your best,
the easiest thing in the world. It's pretty easy to sit there,
and critique and
angry stream viewers to sit there and make fun of him, but cut the guy some slack. He's usually casting these games, not participating.
Exactly. Yeah, it's obviously a lot different. And even my experience when I got to play with TMSR fairly recently, I mean, you learn a lot, man. I mean, it's the perspective from the player. It's definitely. I'm sure you can say the same as being a caster now to an extent, and spectating a lot of games. It's no doubt a different feel to when you're actually playing the game as far as the communication goes, as far as the pace of it and everything, how you're involved. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, we do see some initiation right here. Pebbles in some trouble. Ophelia's running over now. Swindelmel's stunning the Minotaur, trying to prevent that from coming in, but it's not enough in the end. And Beef actually getting credit for the bloodless kill right there, so...
Yeah, great gank. They definitely have a significant advantage in this lane. Fade Engineer, I'm probably sure talked about as one of the most powerful lanes in the game. And then with the fantastic assistance from Ophelia, even when having pretty good lane control on the Hellborn team, Fade has a fantastic initiation range.
Yeah.
And Engineer, of course, with that follow-up, it's hard to get away from, as you can see. So, great job by Insania and, of course, everyone in this middle lane setting up what hopefully will be a one middle lane for them.
God, you just see the top lane, though. This matchup for Tremble, it's difficult, very difficult for Cinder here on the Bubbles. I mean, those impalers of his, it makes it so he can just run up, put an auto attacks, and Bubbles, he can't even kite away. He ultimately will have to shell surf if it comes down to it. So.
Yeah, you cannot win this lane. It's almost impossible.
Yeah, and especially against a great player like Jesse, of course. So 12-8 Tremble up there, 6-0 Bubbles. So he's trying to get.
It's actually pretty good.
Kills. Yeah.
6-0. I don't think you can expect much more. Even if Cinder, Cinder actually used to play that solo role back in the day pretty freaking well. He used to play Tundra and Electrician specifically, I remember. And I remember Swindelmel's even saying he's a fantastic solo player in his own right. So 6-0 to me is pretty dang respectable against the Chessie Tremble.
Yeah. You see right here once again, though, the Impaler auto attack. You can see how fast Bubbles is dropping. And we'll need to ultimately shell surf here most likely. Yeah, he's definitely going to have to. There you go, the shell surf takeover. And forced to use that mana. He did get pulled to region, I'm guessing at least. I assume he did. And he's going to use a health potion right there, but he does not have any mana currently on him. He's trying to finish the Ring of the Teacher. Actually, he has enough gold for it. I wonder if he's just going to go boots first instead. Or not, but he's sitting on about 500 and so gold, so we'll see what he looks to pick up first. But speaking of lane advantages, the bottom lane, Magnus Versillo actually back to the middle lane. We do have initiation onto Master of Farms. And Kegs on top. Ophelia coming in with a nuke right there, the auto attack, and they will get the kill. Beef, though, he is dropping the tower damage. Oh, the creep ends up finishing him off. As Swindlemel's will get credit at least for a counter kill. So not the worst in the end for the Hellborn team, but still, as you mentioned, with that Ophelia jungler being of great assistance in that middle lane, it's difficult for that Pebbles. Pebbles and Master of Arms combination. Top lane Bubbles is going to be locked down, by the way. Parasite comes in for the gank right there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think Cinder spent all of his gold at least, but yeah, I believe he was out of mana. Didn't have that Ring of the Teacher for the extra mana regen just yet, so unfortunate for him. Yeah, middle lane that couldn't have gone better for the Hellborn team. Definitely really well played by Z-Freak to make sure he got that acid bomb down before he died, and that is, I think, what ultimately contributed to Engineer's death. Of course, Swindle had a nice toss that put him in tower range, but yeah, couldn't have gone better for them there. So that's looking a little better for them in that middle lane, getting that counter kill. But ultimately, we got a 17-4 Fade taking on a 15-3 Pebbles. So Fade having a little bit better time here, as you might expect in the creep department. But it is always very dangerous for them in this lane with this Fade Engineer combination.
Now Tremble actually going for that first item Energizer here. Just seems like it's, of course, a great item on him. He's definitely all about the chase down with that swarm of his, as well as the Impaler. So Energizer going to be a good choice, and it also will promote more of an active play. And he is level 6 now too, so I'm actually going to keep an eye out for that minion. And speaking of that, no, that's a Parasite there in the middle lane. Here's the minion. Here's Boris. He's coming to the middle as well. So Chessie going to try to assist, perhaps.
A lot of trouble in the bottom lane, and he will go down. That was an excellent gank. I don't know if I guess you.
I did not, unfortunately.
Did not catch it by Insania, but basically he left his Minotaur a little farther back in the lane to cut off Magnus when he escaped, and Magnus tried to use the Steam Bath to maybe juke a little, but was caught. So Insania doing some fantastic roam on this Ophelia. They did ward, I believe, a lot of his jungle, so opting to just play really aggressively here instead of farm, and so far it's paid off. He's been at every single kill that the Legion does have right now.
You see Silhouette also definitely amplifying off of that. She's nearly 350 gold per minute. Again, well, we'll see what she goes for. Will it be an Energizer herself, perhaps? But in the meantime, again, Treble using that Boris, so going back to that, moving around. He found Ophelia in the jungle, put in some auto attacks, but not going to do much else from there. So, again, we'll see how that progresses. Haystream bottled up by Pebbles in the meantime. Beef trying to get away right here. Turret comes out. He does not have the keg set up. He's going to be comboed right there. It's still not enough for the kill, though. Pebbles will need one more auto attack, and he's not going to go for it. Oof, Beef just barely surviving right there. The early on boots, no doubt, helping. Wasn't even able to pick up boots last game. This game, he gets it right away because of that Bloodlust kill, so it keeps him alive right there.
He's got a bottle. He's doing great.
Yeah.
Boy, Beef. But, yeah, just barely going to escape there. Level 4 Pebbles is not too fearsome, but he could be fearsome right now. He's going to get the combination on the Fade with the Acid Bomb already down. So very well played by the Hellborn team. I liked Z-Freak's kind of spell order there. He actually went for the Acid Bomb first, then got the stun, so with Fade so far out of position, even seeing that coming, could not escape. So that is, once you get a few levels, a very powerful combination, and they utilized it perfectly right there. So this middle lane perhaps not going as much favor as the Legion team would have liked.
Yeah. You also saw at the top lane, Tremble doing a lot of damage to Cinder once again. Almost got the kill, but Cinder able to port out at the last second before he was dropped. But the lane positioning continues to be in Tremble's favor, upwards of now 375 plus gold per minute. Getting with the Energizer as the boots. We'll see how he progresses from here. Middle lane, kinda. Ophelia getting caught out by Master of Arms, actually. Skulls King Neck gonna hold him in place, and that will be enough for Insania right there to actually get away in the end. So Master of Arms, Z-Freak trying to get a free kill, but Insania had other plans there, able to make his escape. Tremble, though, as far as his item build goes, I mean, again, it's been a while, but I know Keizu did like to go that Mock of Brilliance, but in the end, we've also seen the early Helm of the Black Legion kind of bulking up, maybe a Geometer's Bane. Is there a preference you would like to see here on Tremble?
I know Chessie's a big fan of that Searing Light, especially the Light brand, just as an item. So would be surprised if he didn't go for that. Maybe some Steam Boots first to him, but Parasite is chasing down Engineer right here. Let's see what happens.
It's going to be enough. The Kex, and actually a pretty good one at that. A hit as soon as Magma stunned him, but it doesn't matter. It could set up for a counter kill, though. Magnus is going to fall, so Fade getting that counter kill. More support coming over. Here comes Silhouette. Parasite still hanging the ground. The tree grapple gets the job done. Death Lotus to try to snipe them both out. We do see Parasite on the run as well as Master. They both end up falling. Great collapse there by Xibe. in the end. Ophelia, in the meantime, she's getting locked down. She still has her minion, though, in the Catman champion, putting the nuke on his Windmills. Tremble is here, but Silhouette pounding in those auto attacks, and she's going to start to fall back. Pebbles, though, coming back in. Stalagmite's going to be used. Will Tremble come back in as well? It doesn't look like it. He does get the kill, though, on the Silhouette, but at what cost? Beef with the great Kexon right there. The Catman champion, 2 in the block. The turret's going to be placed in. Yes.
Boy, Beef.
It will be a kill on the Windmills. Yeah, pretty good placements again coming out there. And
signature hero. You can see why. So that,
Knows
yeah,
what
that was
he's
definitely
doing.
a solid keg and turret. But yeah, that looked like it was going to be a great fight for Legion, but you always got to remember about that Tremble.
Yeah.
Came out of nowhere, it felt like, but in Master Arms could be in a lot of trouble here. There's the keg stun, and I believe he will go down. So easy kill for the Legion team right there. May finally finish off this aggression. So yeah, it looks like it was going to be great, but Swinnemelons had a great play, coming back in on that Silhouette with the bottle charge, got enough mana to get that last chuck. So overall, looks like the Hellborn may have been a little better off in that fight. I honestly don't know. It was so long and so many heroes died.
Yeah.
I didn't even keep track. So
it's hard to tell. I mean, Silhouette did also, again, amp from that as well. But, the big picture, you still have a Tremble. That's now 416 gold per minute. And he is continuing to have a very, very good start. And this is a hero that, in a sense, kind of has a snowball effect. He's definitely more that mid-game style of carry. When it comes to the late game, I think he could definitely be out-carried, especially by his Silhouette. But, that's on even footing as well. So the fact that he has this big of a lead is a great news here for Stay Green. Fade's going to go invis before she gets jumped right there. That was actually very close, but she uses the reflection in time. And speaking of that, Fade's going to try to start stepping up his game, being played by Fuzi here. As far as being active goes, he's got the early steam boots. Not much else yet. He's farming around 290 gold per minute, though, so keep that pace going, and we'll see where that can lead in. But it looks like the Energizer is eventually going to be built here by Silhouette. He went for a ton of build-up, though. The Mystic Vestments, Power Supply, finishing steam boots, the Iron Shield even.
yeah.
So,
oh wow.
Yeah, really bulking himself up there early.
Well, it kind of makes sense. They do have quite an aggressive team on this Hellborn, and they're looking to amp up the aggression even more, roaming around into the Legion jungle. Ophelia might be converged on right here. He's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, there we go, the collapse. Ophelia going to be jump. Will it be done for the kill? No, the Ophelia's touch comes out. Parasite goes in with a face like though. Will get the kill, but at what cost? Minus in trouble. But here comes Pebbles up from the side. Energy field is used a double damage Pebbles though. He is wrecking face. There's more action down here. Magnus is caught by the Kelfoot in the process. The Vagabond leader out of mana though, so not going to be able to assist with any nukes right here, despite Insignia being dead. He's trying to assist the Vagabond. Actually, the Vagabond shucks onto his teammate right there, and it does end up getting the kill onto Xibe. So that almost backfired to an extent, but in the end, Xibe also getting caught out right there. Seems like Tremble, actually he's the one that got credit for the kill right there. Being played by Chesley. Obviously, he poured it down here with this Terror Mound. And now they're going to push this bottom lane. So again, the big picture, Stay Green winning that fight, and Tremble's farm continues to get higher and higher. 1,300 more gold saved up. Going to try to push the tower. I don't know if it's going to be successful in the end. You see invulnerability, and I'm sure Silhouette made TP back down here, but good sequence of events there for Stay Green, and they're clearly playing aggressive, man. They're really taking advantage of that movement from Tremble and the team as a whole here.
Yeah, for sure. One thing about Tremble is that he is definitely that carry short lane style here that can definitely help you push down those towers. It's something I kind of overlooked until now, but there's going to be a fight in the middle lane. Here we go.
Yeah, Fade's getting collapsed on Insanity, though, with the skeleton at the Kexon as well. On it, Pebbles, the turret, not going to end up blocking him in the end. Fade's going to be ported back in the meantime. It looks like, at least, yes, he will be ported back actually just before Pebbles was able to combo. So that was actually a really good time for Fuzi right there. Good job by Insania. Definitely helping save Fade. So with the initiation, nothing really happening of it in the end as far as kills go. Oh no, Fade. He's running right on top of a Rev Ward here. The Warlock's going to give them the evidence, though, that he needs. He's got to know now, right? I mean, Warlock attacked him, so.
Maybe the Warlock has an eye.
That could be possible, I guess. He's going to charge at the tower. Oh, yeah, not going to work, though. Are they still going to go for this? The Burning Shadows, the nuke coming out. Defensive Master's Call going to be used on Minots. Will fall in the end. You see Master of Arms going for the counter on Ophelia. The charge shot not going to be enough, though. So, the patience pays off there from Fade. They do end up getting the kill on a Parasite. It was well played right there. And they're going to go for more, actually. Z-Freak getting a little tunnel vision there. He's trying to finish off the Skeleton King. It ends up setting a kill to him with Fuzi picking up the double tap. Bottom lane, though, more action. Riser, we have an active game here.
We sure do. Unfortunately, it seems like Silhouette has racked up a number of deaths, and Chesney, in their hand, has yet to die once, so they can kind of be comparable in their roles. Chesney going to TP to this middle lane, and the action may not have stopped yet.
There we go. Oh, nice deny right there from Chesney right off the bat. You see Fade opening. Chesney fairly tanky, though. with that Energizer and Steam Boots, Mystic Vestments. He's going to put down the mound, trying to run away with that movement speed. Engineer, though, he's caught in the background. Pebbles doing the combo. Beef is going to fall. He did buy just before he died, though, so at least using that gold instead of losing it. But, yeah, Chessie going to fall back to base in the end, and he's sitting on 2,300 gold now just about. So either he's going to buy something right here, or he may be going straight for that Mock of Brilliance. If he doesn't get
with all
anything
this
here.
gold pulled up, but
Yeah.
we'll have to see. That was beautifully executed by Chessie. Recognized that the mana was quite low on Engineer, so when he poured it in, just Fade Stun was about all he had to worry about. So he almost dropped in the end, but did bait out eventually the free kill onto Engineer, and he got the tower deny. So Chessie, being that beautiful person he is, gets a fantastic sequence of events for him. And here's the new portal key from Pebbles. Gonna easily take out Fade. So Fuzi not expecting that at all. And despite being with that Steam Boots and Vestments, a little too low in health to survive the combo.
Yeah, that's what you go for, obviously. You get that portal key on here like Pebbles. Swinnemelons has had a lot of experience with that, and once again, goes in, gets the combo, and here he is with an Invis rune now. He could be getting another kill. Sender is possibly going to be that victim right here. Him and Engineer, if they're not careful, if they collapse right here on top of one another, then they're going to really be in trouble. Is he just going to go for Engineer? Yeah, he's like, screw it, I'm just going to go for Beef right here, and I'll fall back. As Sender's realizing, oh, maybe I might be in trouble. If they're going to dive him, are they? Tremble going in? Not really, though, but he's going to be cut off in the background by the whole Stay Green team, basically, it seems like. Tremble pushes the tower in. Just good coordination as a team by Stay Green right there.
Yeah, this seems almost like the old SG
Yeah.
that we've seen. They're playing fantastically right now. I don't know. I feel like they haven't been practicing that much. I mean, but definitely things coming together perfectly for them. Beautiful execution, and their team fights are just spot on. So it's starting to quickly get out of control here for the Legion team.
Oh no, Silhouette going to try to pour it out. Of course, even with the net from Boris, it wouldn't stop that, so not even going to use it there in the end. Silhouette took a lot of damage, though, just before. But yeah, I 100% agree with you. Really, I don't know, it seems like they maybe been scrimmaging a little bit, but it is a new roster. At the same time, though, it's not like that new roster. Obviously, there is a benefit here. With Limp joining the crew, it is his brother in Chessie. He has plenty of history with him, usually playing against him. But, you know, it is his brother in the end, so kind of that natural synergy there, you could say. And then Minot's, you know, he's played he's played against these guys so much. And has had, you know, somewhat of a close relationship with them in the sense that, you know, with Stay Green EU, of course. And so it is a new team with a new roster, but it's not as new as other teams would be, I think is a good way to put it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're not brand new. Completely agree. They all have a ton of experience, of course, in competitive HON, but in the top lane, Pebbles may be going for a kill here.
Oh, he was thinking about it. Tremble is still nearby with the Invis. See Boris trying to assist. Is he going to open those? A question. Engineer. He's going to be comboed. There comes the Felia's touchdown. The keg's done. And down it goes Pebbles. Chessie was there that whole time. He actually has an Assassin Shroud, so that's why he was even Invis. He's going to run into Fade right here. He gets Burning Shadowed. He got the Assassin Shroud off first, though. And now he's going to run away. But how about that pickup? Assassin Shroud on Tremble. I don't think I saw that one coming as far as his first item goes.
Yeah, I couldn't have predicted that.
But,
ooh, bottom lane, unfortunately, Silhouette gonna get taken out with the combination of Magnus, Eruption, and Face Hug, so that is kind of a scary combo in its own right. But yes, Zibby just having a tough time this game, getting picked off quite a bit, and Trimble definitely progressing nicely. Just picked up that Assassin Shot, almost 500 gold per minute. Of course, Pebbles is sitting around 400 himself with fantastic farm. But in the bottom lane, Fuzi. The Fuzi Fade is pretty powerful. I played against it myself, and I remember he was very good at roaming around, finding kills. Definitely one of his strengths as a player. He's very good at setting up those ganks. So does one right there. Great for him. Level 12, actually. He's actually quite high level. So perhaps it's not completely over for the Legion, but like I said, could be getting out of control here pretty shortly.
The fact that Silhouette just purchased that Energizer, I mean, he was sitting on that Soul Screamer. He went a lot of build-up, but he was sitting on those same items for a long time, it seemed like. And here he is now, coming up to 18 minutes. He does actually finish the Energizer, but that kind of gives you an idea of where things are at right now. Bottom lane, Fade's in trouble. Tremble opens with the Assassin Shroud. He puts the mount down. In comes Parasite. Not enough for the kill, though, with that Burning Shadows. And here's the response. Killfoot going to be used. Silhouette joins the party as well. They get the one kill onto Parasite. Will it be a second kill to Tremble? He's just a little bit too fast. He has the Assassin Shroud, and he might be finding the end. Insania trying to find him. They don't have any vision, though. And it looks like Tremble is going to make the getaway. Engineer's kind of nearby, but not really. And yeah, they'll realize he is going to be finding the end. Oh, that would have been big. I mean, the fact that they only got Parasite, though, definitely takes away from what happened there. but
Yeah, it's
still.
unfortunate. No one had any reveal. They really need somebody at this point. Anybody,
Yeah.
really, should have at least one dust or something. But unfortunately, they are quite behind in gold and experience. It's not the easiest thing in the world to purchase that when you're finding yourself just struggling to farm in general. But yeah, unfortunately, a bit of a botched gank by the Hellborn team. Fuzi just barely escaping and getting a double burning shadows off, set up the easy counter gank. So yeah, still looking great for the Hellborn team. Just 7,000 gold, 6,000 experience, and looks like Trimble is actually opted to go for that mighty blade. So most likely a shrunken head in the works for him.
Yeah. Yeah, wants to go more of crowd control and not being able to affect him nearly as powerful. Engineer great against him especially. So, and then the kill field's always nice to have against that. So, definitely a shrunken head, a good item choice here in the end for Tremble. I also wanted to comment on the Neophyte's book pickup by Fade. He was pulling up nearly 2,000 gold. He actually picked up the Neophyte's book, so it was looking like he might have been going for a portal key, but maybe even changing it up, or that just simply happened to be coincidence. And now I assume that's going to be a codex with the Neophyte's book, but of course it could be plenty of items in the end. So
could be a tablet.
That's true. Okay,
I'd be more inclined to see that, but codex possibility, kind of the pub stomp fade item though, but don't see it too often. I know Codex likes to go there.
Top lane, Magnus and Tremble combo. Sender's gonna barely live in the end. Silhouette comes in. Kelfin was used, so maybe Silhouette gonna get a response. Gets the tree grab on the Tremble. He has a sash shot in 3 seconds. It actually goes right back in. He says, screw it, I'm going back in. Zibe being locked down. He splits up, but he gets stunned immediately. And Zibe is gonna fall when it's all said and done. Great mana from Stygian right there. Will it still matter though? So we see Beef up high. He's now on the run. The dust was even used right there. Energy field goes down, but Beef is in a lot of trouble. He's gonna be trapped there by Boris, but no, he's gonna barely kite away as we still have Fade alive, putting in the auto attacks. Parasite's here though. The leech on a Fade, kind of splitting up the damage right here overall. And no one's gonna die in the process. Parasite now, he's just gonna infest a creep and run away. So a lot of split damage going out right there by Pebbles. Oh, Pebbles. Swinamels wants some blood. He stuns Fade right there. The Chuck, he puts the taunt up first. And there you go.
I like the jumping jacks Pebbles taunt.
That was actually pretty good.
I've never seen that before.
Clapped his hands together.
Yeah, nice attempt, I was saying, with the Ophelia heal. And Parasite has actually opted to go for the Astrolabe this game. So something I've seen Minets do before. If they don't really have a good candidate for it, he'll just say, screw it, guys, I'll get one. It's certainly a fine build. He really wants to take this top tower, actually taking the tower quite a bit. There's a convenient catapult, though, nearby. We'll have to see if he can get it. I think it's going to be one more hit, and yes, free tower for Minets.
Yeah.
So worked out nicely for him. But yeah, crazy team fight. Started out with a great eruption on 2 by Limp, and then Chessie barely escaping. Had some excellent micro with his pet to kill the engineer ult, and almost, all it takes is 2 hits, I believe, from each of them, him and his pet. So yeah, he got that out instantly. It looked like he might have been screwed, but after he had taken out that engineer ult, it let him escape pretty freely. So yeah, Codex actually picked up by Fade. Perhaps he's worried they're not really have enough damage output to really kill anyone, which, I mean, judging by their team and all the items they have is, a pretty valid claim.
Yeah, so kind of a route here by Fuzi to say exactly. We need damage here earlier on. They're clearly taking the aggression to us, and they have 15 kills themselves. I mean, this is 19 to 15 hero kills, so overall a very aggressive game by both sides. 34 hero kills combined, so in 22 minutes. And again, it's not like it's just one side completely. So they definitely are hanging in there with the hero kills. In fact, he will find Master of Arms right here. Doesn't even use the Codex. Just going to save the cooldown, knowing that it wasn't going to matter in the end. Bottom lane, though, in the meantime, Silhouette's being locked down once again. Magnus and Tremble. It seems like they're the murderous mobs this game. Energizer going to be used, though. He splits up. Trying to get away. Nice tree grab right there. We'll stun Tremble. And now Tremble's going to be locked down. Can they actually kill Chessie? Sets shot in 1 second. Do they have vision? Do they have vision? He's silenced Gorilla. Do they have vision? They do not. Magnus comes in. They have dust. It hits him, but he's just too far away. Oh, again, that's got to be so frustrating for the Legion side right there.
I can't count how many times Chessie has barely lived, whether it's just from the Assassin's Shroud or just having enough health to simply run away. It's really unfortunate for the Legion team that he has escaped so many times. And yeah, like you said, the hero kills are really not that bad at all, but it just seems like they don't have the farm on the heroes that really need it. They're just struggling to farm. Bubbles is only at 175 GPM himself, and then Zibby, with 110 creep kills, it's pretty respectable, but perhaps not enough at this point to carry for his team. So yeah, the score really doesn't tell the tale of the game. And Swindelbones looks like he might be going for this Helmet of Black Legion build again.
Okay, yeah, interesting. Well, he has something like 3,600 gold saved up, so I thought it was just going to be a straight shrunken head. But yeah, completely changing that. You're right. The Helmet of Black Legion looks like it's going to be the ideal here. Now, bottom lane or top lane even Tremble chasing Silhouette right there, not able to catch up to him though. But yeah, now your Tremble has a shrunken head, so they've been barely not able to kill him in this game so far. Now imagine with that shrunken out, how much different that's going to be. Fade being spotted, by the way. The Mountain does spot him. He throws the Codex out, Burning Shadows, but there's the shrunken head Tremble. Chasing him down the heels, not going to be enough in the end. And now Tremble going for more. Silhouette taking the auto attacks. Magnus in the background. He's being silenced. He will be finished off, but Tremble, that shrunken head's going to be wearing off for your nice energy field going up. It catches both him and Parasite. They're locked in with the Minotaurs. Beautiful microwave cut out. There's that second Minotaur's done. Will it be enough, though? Again, this time it is enough, says the Internet Gangsters. They get the kill on him as well as Parasite. And IG, that's what they need, man. 3,500 gold on Silhouette as well in the meantime. This is their chance to start making that comeback here.
Yeah, that was definitely a solid fight for them. They got, what, 3 kills? Of course, they finally took out that Tremble. And actually, Beef playing this engineer pretty well. I liked how he held the energy field so he can get the rest of those heroes. He knew he had enough time with that kelp field, locking them down. So fantastic energy field there. Definitely contributed a lot to those kills. And Silhouette, actually, at this point, level 15. So he's actually picked up a Warhammer. I would not be surprised to see him just go straight for that shield breaker. Like I said, it takes them so freaking long to kill these heroes. You know, they're having some fantastic execution with all their disables, but still, despite that, it seems like it takes forever for anyone to go down. So I like the shield breaker a lot. He needs to have pristine positioning though, versus Pebbles and all the other burst damage. So Pebbles, by the way, actually level 17. Holy crap! Swindlemelons is going ham right now.
Well. Parasite also going hell. This must be a strap by State Green that they've been talking about that we're trying to work on here. Try something out. Fade in the meantime is going to be spotted. The Bound Eye does spot her, and she gets collapsed on, so that's not good. Shrunken Head was used by Tremble, so at least they got that cooldown to be used, I guess, but this is going to open up a Conquer kill on top of it, and that's not going to be good news for IG in terms of them coming back. But yeah, to see it on Pebbles and now Parasite and... I mean, Helm is a solid item. It's a great bulk up item that doesn't cost too much in the end. I don't know. Is this something that you maybe think we're going to start seeing more?
Well, I mean, it might be response to just how the metagame, how these early game teamfights and skirmishes are going. Beef can get caught out here, and this should be a pretty free kill for the Hellborn team. No one's really around to assist, so Beef will go down. So yeah, I remember even Fnatic back in the day, they would bid Helmet of Black Legion on every hero. Fresh Pro with the Dr. Repulsor, Helmet of Black Legion, No Tail with the bubbles. Hell, any hero. So perhaps this is a response to just how much more aggressive the game has become. I mean, take a look at the hero kills. You can tell this is not something we would have seen in the past, perhaps this many hero kills. So just kind of a cheap, cost-effective early game item might be the name of the game here for SG. So we'll have to see if they continue this build up. I'm curious to see if it's something they're going to utilize if they do take this series into the next series.
Exactly, yeah.
We'll have to see if this is certainly like a strategy they planned or just something they've tested out.
Well, I mean, they did make it kind of clear before the match, and it's pretty evident. I mean, this event especially, teams are using this for experience on top of just practice. So this may not be what they're going to be doing in Han Tour Cycle 1, come to the semifinals of that event or whatever, when good money's on the line and when it matters a lot more, safe to say. So it's, if anything, they're just trying it out perhaps, but and like you had said, we'll have to wait and see if that keeps a trend, especially going into that Cycle 1. But it is an interesting concept, and I mean, it is a bulky item, and like I said, that's kind of cheap, and with the meta game, you put it with the strategies, it could definitely help in that aspect. So we see right here, they are pushing into the middle lane, the Legion team right now, trying to find that time in terms of them opening themselves. Silhouette, she does have that Shrunken Head finished, of course. You got your portal key on Bubbles. Is the Codex still level 1 on Fade? It is still level 1 here. And then Ophelia has her build up as well with her support items, but the Hellborn team, no doubt, has the aggression factor going for them, as well as the bigger and better items. And Pebble's going to be in those front lines, as well as a Toker Life on top of it all. Bubbles jumps in right there. Is it going to result in the most? Not really, though. He does kill foot, only hitting one. Magnus comes in with the counter, though. The Eruption does hit Silhouette, and for this touch used right away, Shrunken Head goes off right there. And now they're going to look for somewhat of a response, but Tremble's just so beefy himself. Again, he has that token. He did use his cooldowns with a Shrunken here. And they're going to counter on a Bubbles right there. So the Legion team just kind of getting clustered. Magnus takes advantage of that. Down goes Silhouette. Fade is in the background with Ophelia right here. Silhouette's not buying back either.
This could be the beginning of well, not beginning of the end, but perhaps the end
Yeah.
for the Legion team. And just the Hellborn team, a little too tanky. And unfortunately, that team fight definitely goes their way. So GG, well played. Perhaps a bit of a new strategy or items. We'll have to see in the next series versus TMSR if SG is going to utilize some of the similar builds.
Yeah. And then just heroes in general, is it kind of sticking to their guns, as you put it. We saw kind of both of those games, really. Now, obviously, Tremble, not necessarily that, but it's definitely very Stay Green-esque. I think it's a good way to put it. A mix of the first game of the push.
I agree. It's just the lineups, the lanes, how they were sorted out. That dual lane mid, the long lane Magnus, and short lane with the jungler is patented Stay Green. So, yeah, definitely agree with you there. They're going to keep going until perhaps someone can find some way to absolutely beat it.
Yeah, to just really shut it down and then, make their adjustments. But, we got a long Hunt Tour season ahead of us with that said. So, obviously, plenty of time to kind of try some things out, even going into the first cycle, and make your adjustments from there on out. So that is going to be doing it here for this series, of course. 2-0 in favor of Stay Green, and as you mentioned, that means they're going to be moving on to play Too Much Sugar here in the next round. So kind of a good matchup there. Of course, you got Keizu and Slicks on Too Much Sugar, as well as Moo Meander, and that's a lot of star power there, a lot of storylines, and looking forward to having that as our final matchup, no doubt. Now, with that said, it's scheduled to happen in about an hour from now, a little over an hour even. Now, of course, with this ending early, we'll see what we can make happen. Maybe can get it pushed up, but if all the players aren't here, then obviously not much that we can do in the end. So, hey, we can have Beef Ring again. I guess we could throw at that, but
hey, you did pretty good.
You did pretty good, especially that second game as Engineer. So
he's solid.
No, I think we'd rather wait though in the end, of course, for the 5-man rosters on either side to have just a really good matchup in the end and good storylines there. So. We're going to be taking a break. We definitely will keep the stream on for you guys, get some videos going and whatnot. And if anything, keep you guys updated as far as what's going to be happening. But, Riser, you have any final words here before we go on our break?
It's unfortunate for IG. They did not get to play with their full roster. Seems to be a trend for them. They're having, they cannot always field 5. It's unfortunate for them. But in the end, we had some good matches. Beef himself put on a pretty good showing. And, good to see the top-tier teams going at it again. It's nice to have these tournaments in between the big, Han Tour Season 2 just to give the team some practice and, of course, to see what they can come up with themselves.
I agree with you there 100%. I mean, I don't think I've been hiding it too much. I'm excited to see these top-tier teams again going at it especially, and even more reason why I just can't wait for Han Tour Cycle number 1, of course. To start. But we have a great day here. We had a great matchup at IG versus Stay Green. And now, of course, we're going to be going into what is going to be Stay Green versus Too Much Sugar. Again, hopefully in about an hour from now is when it's scheduled to start. Maybe even earlier if we can convince them and things work out. We'll keep you guys updated, though, at the very least. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on a break here. Definitely stay tuned. Have a